This is TWiT.
I am using a new case, a new keyboard case.
I noticed this. And did you notice that I noticed it immediately?
You did. This is the Zagg keyboard case. And one thing I love about it is it has a little space for the Apple Pencil down here. And you'll remember last week we discussed how when you have the Apple Pencil charging on the top, it's sucking battery out of your Apple Pencil.
Yes.
And so
I did a test.
Okay.
Maybe you remember we talked about this when I went home at the end of the show last week. And I have noticed that every time I always leave my pencil here, that my iPad ends up at 0 before, I have to bring it back in. So I did a test. I went home. It was at 77%, and I didn't use the pencil. Sunday, which is, almost a week later, it was at 38%. So there was some significant drain. I'm sad to say. There was some power drain. It hadn't been plugged in. It hadn't really been used. But it's not as bad as when the pencil's on. So I guess the answer is yes, the iPad drains at a rate that's kind of more than it has been in the past. Maybe that's something to do with the things I'm running. I don't know. But the pencil certainly adds to the drain. And
our suggestion was keep it somewhere else. And so that's why I love this case. One of the reasons I love this case, so you can keep it somewhere else. So the other reasons I love it, it's got this nice feel, this nice textured back. And it has this stand, which you can adjust any way that you want.
The Apple type pad cover only has two angles.
Right. Okay, and
this
then
is nice,
you can separate the two.
Now, I'm looking, and I notice it doesn't have pins, so that tells me it's a standard Bluetooth keyboard.
It is standard Bluetooth.
Attached by magnets, but not using the smart connector.
Nope, no smart connector, by magnets. So you can detach it, but what I love about that, it's like, okay, well, unfortunately, it's Bluetooth. But I've been using it on a stand, so you can use it separate. Like,
very nice.
You put it up on a stand up high, and then you can have this keyboard on your lap, really far away.
Zagg.
It's also cheaper.
How much?
It's $99.
Oh, that's a good price.
Let me.
I've used Zagg keyboards before on iPads. I think they're very good. Yeah.
So it has 3 places to store the pencil. 3 places? No, 2 places. Oh, I know. The third place to store the pencil is right here. So you can set it right here, so it's within reach. So while you're, you don't have to pop it out like you saw me struggling to pop it out. So you store it there, you charge it up top, and then you just keep it there for when you want to grab it. And it has multi-pairing capabilities. So you could pair the keyboard to 2 different, let's say you have multi-screens. You could pair them to more than one screen and still use the keyboard and just toggle back and forth. So if you're using double screens, you can pair to both, which is I really like that. I also just like not only, I haven't noticed that my pencil sucks a lot of charge, but I do lose it very often.
It's
I
nice
stick
to have
this
it
in my
inside
purse.
the case.
Yeah,
it's
so
not
it doesn't just fall off.
Yeah.
Which is
great.
Like
that.
So I really am a fan of this case. And yes, it's not ideal to have Bluetooth. It would be great to have the smart connector. But for what it offers, being able to separate it,
that's a nice feature. And I bet the battery lasts an awfully long time. I don't think that's a big deal.
The keyboard is also has more travel than that keyboard. It's backlit, and
by the way, that's another experiment I should try is detach the smart keyboard too, because that's probably draining.
Yeah,
the iPad as well.
So tap a little bit on those keys. How do you feel? How do they feel?
Those are great. I think they're maybe better than the Apple key.
Take a look at those.
Yeah, they feel good.
They're not chiclet, but I mean,
they're round, which is kind of what Google was doing. Now, as you know, I have ordered the Bridge, BRYDGE keyboard, and the latest mail I got from them about a week ago says, final stages, development is all but done, and we are in the final stages. Pre-production has been done. So they did say March, so we're still in March. So I'm hoping that Bridge Pro will be coming pretty soon, because that's going to be another choice. That's more expensive. I think it's less expensive than the Apple keyboard. I think it's $179 for this big one, the one I have. But and it also is Bluetooth. It makes it a little bit more like a laptop. It has kind of an aluminum body and aluminum docking. So I ordered it, and $150 for the 11-inch, $170. I'm sorry, for the 12.9-inch. And it's not out yet, but we're waiting, and we'll have a review as soon as it comes out. I know Justice Snell got a pre-production version. He liked it quite a bit. So looking forward to that. So if you got to have something now, the Zagg looks like, frankly, a better choice than the Apple.
I really like it. I found myself using it more often because part of using that keyboard is you're kind of crunched up.
Yeah.
But like being able to put it up higher and then use the keyboard on your lap.
I wish they'd have a trackpad, though.
Yeah.
You've got room for it.
They do have room for the trackpad.
You could put it there, but Apple, I guess, doesn't support it. So
Mike in the chat room asked if there's a Zagg for the iPad Mini. I don't think so. I don't think they want you to really use that with a keyboard. I mean, a keyboard with the Mini would be. Well,
you could though because it's got Bluetooth.
You could connect it, but like a whole case.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can use this to. You can use this when I get my
Apple's
Mini.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, I'm going to.
When you get your new gold Mini.
Yeah.